Hi there, my name is Katelyn Fulton. I'm with Century 21 Percy Fulton, and you probably clicked on this link because you've been interested in a career in real estate, and that's what we're going to be talking all about today. So, on today's schedule, I'm going to be talking all about the benefits of being a real estate agent, the chances of real estate success, a day in the life of a real estate agent. We're also going to be talking about the different traits and qualities that you need to become a successful real estate agent. The most important question that we get is how much will I make? And lastly, we're going to be talking all about how to actually get your real estate license in Ontario. So, a little bit about myself. Again, my name is Katelyn Fulton. I am a third generation real estate broker with Century 21 Percy Fulton since 2016. Century 21 Percy Fulton was founded in 1977 by my grandfather, Percy Fulton. We are currently now owned by my father, Claire Fulton, as a second generation, and then you have myself and two of my sisters, third generation. So we are an overall well-rounded, family-run business. My goal at the end of the day is to provide mentorship and exceptional results for every real estate agent in every stage of their real estate career. It's one of my biggest passions, and hopefully I can share a little bit more details in today's presentation. So let's talk about the benefits of being a realtor. There's tons of benefits to talk about, but I'm just going to pick a few key items. One of the ones I hear the most about being a realtor is the flexible hours and kind of choosing your schedule, which to an extent, yes, this is true. You do get to pick your own schedule because at the end of the day, you are your own boss. But any successful real estate agent out there knows that you will be working a lot of hours. This isn't your typical 9 to 5. It's very hard to be successful as a part-time agent. So if you are considering going into this, full-time is definitely the way to go. And your hours are going to honestly be all over the place. You will be going more by your client's schedule, which means they have jobs, which means you'll be working a lot of evenings and weekends. So while you do get to decide if you want to work or not, you will be working a lot if you want to be successful in this career. There's a ton of potential for high earnings. We're going to be talking all about how much money you get paid, but there is a potential for high earnings in this business if you do it properly. One of the great things is there is an equal opportunity for both men and women in all different backgrounds in this industry. You get to run your own business, be your own boss. There's a ton of investment opportunities out there. So if you are considering maybe becoming a house flipper, maybe you want to invest in your own rental properties, there's a lot of opportunity in this business for you to also become a real estate investor. You do get the satisfaction from helping others achieve their goal of home ownership, which is always a really great feeling that a lot of people don't talk about in this business. So if you do like to help people and help people achieve their goals, this is a great option for you. A great benefit, again, if you are an introvert or an extrovert, you can both succeed. So myself, I am a very introverted person. But what you're going to find is there's many different ways to finding business, and there's a whole bunch of different clients out there with the same personality as you. So even if you find that you're a little bit more shy out there, introverts can still succeed as well. You are paid for your work ethic. So if you're in a career where maybe you work a lot and you don't get rewarded for that, in this business, you get paid for the amount of work that you put in. So the more work you put into this business, the higher you get paid. So a lot of people really do enjoy the benefits of the efforts that they put in gets rewarded with money. You do get to choose who you work with, and you may find at the very beginning of your career, you may be working with way more different types of clients than you want. But as you start to become more successful, eventually you get to a point where you get to choose what types of people that you want to work with and what types of people that you want to refer out. And again, you are in charge of your income. So as great as this business is, you do have to work very hard to make a high income. But if you just want to sell a couple houses a year, then you can do that as well. You are in charge of how much you make in this business. So let's talk a little bit about the life of a realtor and what really happens at the end of the day. So a big chunk of your business is going to be finding business, finding clients that want to work with you. And this is probably the hardest part about being a real estate agent is actually finding those people that want to do business with you. So probably about 60% of your day is going to be spent looking for new clients, either buyers, sellers, tenants, whatever it is. And there's a whole bunch of different ways that you can find business, which you will learn about probably with the brokerage that you decide to join, but there's a whole bunch of different ways, either online or offline, that you can go through to find new clients. There's a ton of networking opportunities that you have to do to go meet people, because at the end of the day, real estate is actually a people business. Although there is real estate involved, the people that you work in, that's how you're going to make money in this business. So the more people you meet, the more people you talk to, the more relationships you build, the better you're going to do. Marketing and advertising is also a huge part of your business. I'm sure you've seen billboards out there, you've gotten postcards in your mailbox, you've seen everybody online. Marketing is a huge portion of your business. People are not just going to magically remember that you're a real estate agent. You have to constantly be reminding people that you're also a real estate agent as well. And so the more marketing you do, the better that you can do in this business. You also have to know how to manage real estate technology. Real estate has become a very online event. You need to know how to use email, text messaging, online signature, different online platforms, a CRM, social media. There's a lot of things that you really do need to understand to be really successful in this business. Not to say that the old school way doesn't work, but we are finding that this is a very fast-paced business. A lot of people are finding their real estate dreams online. Realtor.ca, a whole bunch of different platforms. So you really do need to have a little bit of an understanding of the technology world. And another good portion of your day is going to be spent researching the local inventory. So finding new listings, you may be doing comparables, pricing out properties. There's a lot of research out there that you really do need to be doing as well. Now, once you've found the business, another portion of what your day is going to be spent on is servicing that business. So you're going to have listings that you have to take care of. You've got to be doing staging, photography, even just communicating with the client and just making sure everything's going well. Another part is buyer showings. So a good portion of your day, you may be working with buyer clients, and that may include booking appointments, a lot of the times in evenings and weekends. And then you're also writing and negotiating offers on both your buyer and seller behalfs. So a lot of the time you're working with other real estate agents, negotiating offers for your clients. You're doing online signatures, sending offers back and forth, and really, quite honestly, filling out quite a bit of paperwork. So a big portion of your job is negotiating. And so a lot of people don't come into this business with a sales background. And that's where your brokerage will come in hand to really teach you the different skill sets that you need to be a salesperson and negotiate on behalf of your clients. And of course, while you're servicing that business, a huge part of your job is to ensure that the deals actually close. So it's important to not only get the client, get an offer accepted, but you do at the end of the day need to make sure that all the ducks are in a row. Your clients have mortgage pre-approvals, the inspections are going through. They have a strong lawyer to make sure that the deal is closed. So just because you did a deal, you don't get paid until the deal closes. So you do have to keep a relationship with a lot of people. There's a lot of different moving parts and a lot of people that you need to bring together just to make sure that a deal closes. And this is part of your job as well. Now, after the deal is done, now you have a responsibility to stay in touch with these clients. You're going to learn throughout your career that you're going to want to build a referral business. And the only way to get referrals is to really give a really great client experience, but also to ask for referrals from anybody that has worked with you or from your own network. So with this, you're going to be developing and managing a client database. If you're looking more into real estate, you're going to hear the word CRM or database quite often. And what this is it's an address book of all of the people that you know in their life, their first names, last names, mailing addresses, phone numbers. And then what you're going to do is communicate with them. So I'm sure that throughout your life, you've received postcards, magnets, calendars. There's a lot of different things that you've probably received from a real estate agent in your area. And this is just part of the job, is to really maintaining relationships with people and keeping your name out there as well. Another portion would be to be interacting on social media or other communication platforms, including your phone. So just picking up a phone and calling past clients, checking in on them, making sure they're happy with their purchase, and asking for business from these people. And so a good portion of your job will be also staying in contact with all of them. And I mentioned past clients a lot, and people do get confused because they're like, well, my client purchased a property and they may not be doing anything for another 10 years, which is true. They may not be making another big purchase for a long time, but the whole point of staying in contact with your past clients is to maintain that relationship and hopefully tap into their network of friends and families and work with the people that they know as well. So that's why it's really important to maintain a relationship with your past clients. There's nothing worse than hearing from a client saying, yeah, I worked with a real estate agent. It was a great experience. and I never heard from them again. And a lot of real estate agents do have a hard time maintaining this relationship because they haven't done a good job at maintaining a client database. So you do have to be a very organized person in order to run a really successful business. And hopefully the broker that you choose to work with is going to help you out through this. Okay, let's talk about the traits and qualities of a successful realtor. I'm going to move my head right down here again. So there's a lot of traits, and a lot of people ask me what makes a successful person. And there's all these great qualities up here: energy, empathy, enthusiasm, confidence, ethical, and drive. And at the end of the day, when I researched the agents that we have here, the guys that are doing the most business are the ones that have a strong work ethic. They're people that can handle the word no and handle a lot of rejection and still continue to come to work every day with a positive attitude. You're going to learn a lot about a positive mindset is extremely important in this business. Again, because you get so many rejections, you have to be able to just get through the no's, knowing that you're one step closer to a yes. So having a really strong drive and, more importantly, self-discipline. You are your own boss. And as great as the brokerage that you choose to help you throughout your business, at the end of the day, you're responsible for your success. Me as a broker, I can tell my agents everything that they need to do to be successful. But if they don't do those simple steps and they don't take the time to really put more effort into their business, they're going to have a hard time. So you do need to be self-disciplined, and you have to have a very strong work ethic and be willing to work a lot in order to do very well in this business. If you like someone telling you what to do, or you don't like getting in the car and talking to strangers, this may be something that you may want to consider. So I would definitely really look inside of you, figure out if you have the work ethic and the enthusiasm and the real passion behind real estate before you consider getting into this position. A lot of people talk about the money and how they want to get into this business to make a lot of money. And if you are getting into real estate because of the money, I'm going to tell you something sad, and that is you're not going to do very well. You do have to be passionate about the business. You have to be passionate about helping people. And those are really the true agents that are really succeeding. If you want to find out if you have what it takes to be a real estate agent, I do have a take the test career assessment that you can take a look at. It's at percyfulton.c21.ca/career-assessment. So if you want to take a test and find out if you do have the personality traits to become a really good agent, I suggest that you pop on over to our website and take the self-assessment test. Okay, let's talk about the most important question that everybody wants to know. How does a real estate agent get paid? So let's talk about how we get paid and how much do we make. We are considered independent contractors as real estate agents versus an employee. So we are 100% commission. There is no salary, there's no hourly pay. You are 100% commission. So if you don't sell a home, you do not get paid. It can also take about 30 to 60 days for a closing to occur. So you may not get, even though you sell a house, you may not get paid for about 60 days. So until your clients get the keys in their hand, you do not get a commission check. So if you are considering to get into this career, I do highly recommend that you have a lot of savings. There's a lot of expenses, which we'll talk about on how to get your real estate license, but you're also going to need money to pay your bills. And you're also going to need money to do advertising, marketing, paying for photography, staging, and a whole bunch of other services. So before you get into this industry, know that you do need to have some sort of savings, some sort of cushion so that you can really jumpstart your career. I also get asked the question, should I go full-time or part-time? And when I meet with a brand new agent, I always recommend that you keep your full-time job to start. It's always a really great goal to go full-time because you will do much better in this business as a full-time agent. But if you do have a job and you've got kids, you've got responsibilities, you may need to keep that job and do real estate on the side part-time just to get you going because you do have bills. But once you start to save enough money and you can pay your bills properly, then that's when you can consider going full-time real estate agent. So if you get someone that tells you that you need to quit your job right away, make this as a personal decision. We're all in different financial situations. So really consider your options, but you do need to have money before you start this business. A real estate agent that is starting out full-time can make an annual salary of about $45,000 to $65,000. And that may be a little bit shocking because a lot of people think that real estate agents are bringing in the money. But to be honest, the average agent in Toronto in 2020 sold between 1 to 6 homes in 1 year. And 20% of the agents on the Toronto Real Estate Board sold 0 homes at all. Our average agent, so Century 21 Percy Fulton, our average full-time agent makes $120,000. So there's a whole bunch of different numbers thrown at you. And the only reason this is hard to really measure is because it is very dependent on the agent. But I will tell you that most agents do not sell as many homes that you think. So let's talk about the chances of success. A really surprising, shocking number. There are over 60,000 Toronto Real Estate Board members. We're actually one of the biggest real estate boards, I believe, in the world. Now, of those 60,000 real estate members, only 5% of those realtors are actually top producers. And what I mean by that is that these 5% of agents on our board are actually doing 95% of the business. So let that sink in for a little bit. 95% of the homes that are sold are done by 5% of the agents. That's a very low success rate. Not a lot of agents do as well, or they don't have the right expectations of this career. So it's very important to do things like this to really sit down and really find out what are the successes of me doing very well in this business. And there is lots of opportunities to do well. But again, it's a very difficult business, and it's all going to be reliant on your work ethic and how well you can network with people and build a business. Okay, let's break down a commission structure and how much money you can actually make on a sale. So we're just going to do, for an example, an $800,000 home. So let's just say that you were on the listing end, you were representing the seller, you sold an $800,000 home. Typically what you may see out there for commission rates, it is variable. This changes agent to agent, but let's just use 5% as our standard rate. So you're going to have 5% commission on an $800,000 sale, and the gross commission, so 5% of $800,000 is $40,000. Now, it's important to note that you are not going to be taking home 5% unless you represented both the buyer and the seller. So after the split, you're typically splitting one deal between 2 different agents, the buyer's agent and the seller's agent. So once you've split that $40,000, each agent is going to go home with $20,000. Now, there's more to this than just the $20,000. You're not just going to get a check that's $20,000. These numbers do not include your broker fee. So you may have a split with your brokerage. There's multiple different splits out there in the industry, so you may want to interview different brokerages and find out what their split is to work with them. This also does not include your expenses. So maybe you're driving a lot with your clients, so you got gas, insurance, you've got your cell phone to pay for. If this was your listing, you also have to pay for photography, videography, any marketing materials, and of course your time, and more importantly, taxes. You will get taxed heavily as well. So that $20,000 is not going right in your pocket. There's a lot of different things that you're going to be paying for along the way, but $20,000 is a very good payday as well. So if you can sell a few homes a year, you're going to do pretty well. How do you get your license in Ontario? So like I said, I am located in the Toronto area in Durham. So each province has different ways of getting your license. So for today's purpose, I'm just going to be talking about how to get your license in Ontario. Things have changed over the years. We went from going to OREA, so the Ontario Real Estate Association. They used to do our education. But over the last couple of years, the education has now been transferred over to Humber College. So this would be your step 1 to getting your real estate course. Now, I don't represent Humber College, so if you want to learn a little bit more about the courses itself, I would head over to humber.ca/real estate to learn a little bit more about the Humber Real Estate program. So some of the things I will talk about is the admission requirements. So in order to get your real estate license in Ontario, you do need a Canadian secondary school diploma. So this would be your high school diploma or a GED certification. Some exceptions may apply. So if you are from another area, I would reach out to Humber College and find out if there's any special exceptions for you. There is a $75 application fee for all applicants. Okay, so here's the learning path. So each salesperson program has been designed for your success. So you can apply it and start your coursework at any point during the year. So there's not a specific start in September. There's no traditional start date. So you can start anytime that you would want. And you also don't have to commit to full-time or semester-based programs. So the program does consist of 3 steps. Step 1 would be your pre-registration phase. Step 2 would be register with RICO. And step 3 would be your post-registration phase. So for step 1, this is where you would take your school. So there's 5 courses that you need to take. There's 4 exams, and there's 2 simulation sessions that have to be completed sequentially. So that means that you only have to pay and do 1 course at a time. So you're not going to pay for the whole program up front, but you do have to pass exam 1 to go on to exam 2, and you have to pass exam 2 to go on to exam 3. So again, there's 5 courses, there's 2 simulation sessions, and 4 exams total. So these are a little bit of the courses that you would be taking. So course 1 would be all about real estate essentials. This is a very generic course, just talking about real estate career in general. And then you have an exam. Course 2 is on residential real estate, and then you do an exam. Course 3 is an additional real estate or residential real estate transactions. And then there's an exam for that. Course 4, this is a simulation session. Again, look more into Humber real estate course to get a little bit more details on these courses, but I just wanted to kind of do a quick overview of them. This one does require 35.5 hours that you do have to attend on Zoom. It's a little bit more intense than the courses that you're going to do on your own time. Course 4 is commercial real estate transactions, and then you're going to write an exam. And then course 6 is a second simulation session, which is only 28 hours, which goes over the commercial real estate transaction. And then the 5th course is just a quick course. There's no exam with this one, and then you're done. So once you're finished all your courses, you completed all your exams, your next step is to register with RICO. You've done your courses, so now you actually are eligible. RICO is our head board that everybody that is licensed has to apply for, but you also have to join a brokerage. So something like Century 21 Percy Fulton, after you're done your courses, you would sit down and interview other brokerages in your area. And once you've chosen a brokerage, you would apply with RICO. We would help you send in your application for that, but you do have to submit within a certain amount of time. You do have to not park your license, but you have to have your license with another brokerage. So once you're finished your courses, have an idea of what type of brokerage that you're looking to join and what different things that you're looking for, and sit down with them, get to know them, and then you get to choose which brokerage you want. It's a little bit different than the real world where you're being interviewed for a position. So when you're a real estate agent, you're actually going to be the one interviewing other brokerages, and then you're going to decide which one's a good fit for you, and then you get to be working with them. So once you're done picking your brokerage, you've registered with your RICO license, you're also going to have to do a few other steps. So step 3 is once you're done your courses, you're signed up, you also do have to do a post-registration phase. So at the end of your 2-year registration cycle, you now have to complete the post-registration phase and complete 2 elective courses. So you get to select which courses you want. One is a mandatory compliance, and then mandatory compliance course that you do have to take, and then you get to select any 2 courses from these electives. So there's a few different options that you can choose. You can do rural, recreational waterfront properties, investment properties. You can also do ownership alternatives and complexes, and commercial properties. So you do have to take 2 of these courses as well once you're done your other courses and you've picked a brokerage. So there's a little bit more of education that you're going to have to do once you're finished the program. But this is just all part of the process that everybody has to go through. Perfect. So let's talk about how much the real estate program is. So like I mentioned, it is a pay as you go. So you would just pay per course Once you graduate it, you move on to the next course and you pay for that. So that just makes it a little bit easier for you instead of having to pay for the total fee all at once. So the total fee for the pre-registration is $3,590. The total fee for those elective courses that I just spoke about, the post-registration, is $570. And then the total fee for all of it all in is $4,160. So seems like a lot of money, but how I like to think of it is think of a doctor, think of a lawyer. They go through many, many years of school. They make a really good income. They have a great lifestyle. So real estate is a lot cheaper. It's just over $4,000. And like I mentioned, you can make an unlimited amount of money in this business. So $4,000 may seem like a lot of money up front, but in the big picture, if you can do really well in this business, it's not that much. Okay, now I just want to take this opportunity to really talk a little bit about our company and Century 21 Percy Fulton in general. So, like I mentioned at the very beginning, we are a third generation real estate company. We're also family run. We are one of the largest residential real estate companies in the world. We're one of the most recognized and trusted brands in real estate. And last year, we were actually voted the number one fastest growing brokerage franchise in the world. So Century 21 is really growing. We've been around for many, many years. And in fact, Century 21 Percy Fulton was one of the first Century 21s in Canada. So we have a very long history, over 45 years. Our entire brokerage, we are very agent centric. So all our clients are actually our real estate agents. So not necessarily the buyers and the sellers out there in the public. Our clients are you as a real estate agent. So you'll notice that a lot of the things that we do in this company are really around the agents and making things easier for you and helping you grow your business. We are considered a full service brokerage. And I like to think of it as an out of the box experience. About 90% of the agents that I hire are fresh out of school, brand new. Most of the time, it's their second career. And in that way, you come out of school and you don't really have a big connection of, say, like photographers, videographers. Writing your offers is a little scary. And so we like to provide all of these really good services, marketing team, everything is provided for you. You've got your own websites. So you are ready to go. As soon as you're done school, you sign up with us, and then we've got everything that you need at your fingertips to make sure that you can start your career as quickly as you can. Century 21, if you didn't know, we are a worldwide company. We are global. There's 8,800 offices globally in 81 different countries, and we have over 122,000 sales representatives. The reason I mention this is because there's a lot of opportunity for you to grow a business if you've got clients not located in Toronto. So you may have clients located in the US, you may have clients located in China, in different parts of the country as well. And there's a lot of referral opportunities. So if you do have family members or friends and family not located directly in Ontario, there is an opportunity for you to grow your business by referrals to other outside Century 21 agents all over the globe. Century 21 Canada, we have 400 offices. There's 272 cities, and there's over 10,000 system members in Century 21 Canada. And to narrow it down to us, we have 5 offices located in the Scarborough, Toronto, and Durham region. We're actually the number 1 office in Toronto, and we have over 400 sales representatives today. If you ever come to one of our offices, you'll notice that all of our offices are open agent workspaces. We have a lot of collaboration spaces. I'm currently sitting in our meeting room, boardroom. We also have client areas as well. So all of our facilities are to really help our agents grow in their business and get that type of environment that they really need. What training do we offer new agents? So as a new agent, you may go through the real estate program and you're going to learn that you're not going to learn a whole lot about actually growing a real estate business and finding business. What you will learn about is the paperwork and basically how not to go to RICO jail and get in trouble. So when you're out there, you're going to want to hire a brokerage that is very strong in brand new agent training. So with our company, all of our training is different from a lot of the brokerages out there because we offer one-on-one mentorship training. So when it comes to your clients, comes to your business, you're going to want to sit down with us one-on-one. And that way we really get to know you, we get to know your goals, and we can really help mold you into the type of agent that you need to be. There's hundreds of thousands of agents out there, and not any of you are the same. So that's why we like to sit down with you one-on-one versus the group training where we can all stick you in front of a TV, all the brand new agents, and really hope that you learn something. So in our 45 years in the business, we've learned that the best training for any agent is the one-on-one mentorship, and that's just the way it is. Every week we host an office meeting as well to really keep our agents up to date on what's going on. We do a weekly technology training on all the different platforms that we have to offer you, as well as Campus 21 TV, which is a really great program. It's pretty much like a Netflix for real estate agents, and it's got hundreds of training videos. So if you wanted to do your own training and research on the side, we also have that option for you as well. Like I mentioned, we're extremely agent-centric. We are a full-service brokerage, which means we have a team of admin that are writing up all of your offers. We're broker loading it for you. We're ordering your photography, your videography. If you need signs in your new listings, we're ordering that for you. We help you with your websites, your marketing materials, everything that you need. We've got it happening over here. And usually, if you do want to hear a little bit more about it, feel free to reach out to me, and I'm happy to share with you guys the technology and really walk you through the different platforms that we have to offer agents. And of course, next level team planning. So even though we hire a lot of brand new agents, what we like to do is hire you fresh out of school, and we want to grow with you. So we've got a lot of teams in this brokerage that really did start off as individual agents. So if you do have the goal of becoming a team leader one day, we'll help you hire your admin. Maybe you want some buyer's agents, some listing agents. We'll help you figure out what's the right team model for you, come up with contracts, and really, again, just grow with you as you go. So if that's somewhere where you want to take your business, then that's something that we would want to sit down with you and really come up with a plan. So thank you guys so much for attending. I hope you learned a lot about real estate and really getting into the business. And of course, if you have any questions at all, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. You can find me all over the web. You can find me on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, wherever you want. My name is Katelyn Fulton, and I'm always happy to pick up the phone, have a Zoom meeting if you ever want to just chat about what it's like to be in the real estate industry. And I'm going to go back to that website that we presented with you guys earlier. If you want to know if you have what it takes to be a real estate agent, go take our career assessment. It's percyfulton.c21.ca/career assessment, and just take a few minutes to evaluate your real estate potential and see if you have what it takes. Again, if you have any questions, my name is Katelyn Fulton. It was really nice to sit down with you, and hopefully we see you here working at our brokerage one day. Chat with you guys soon.